Superman costume, man. So, I think what was it yesterday or the day before?
A
Um,
couple days ago.
yeah, a couple days ago. So we saw that the Superman costume was kind of shown in its full form. And when you guys watch this on playback, I'll have the image so you can see it. And it was Shaq. Shaq was in the trailer because who doesn't love Shaq? Shaq is hilarious. And it was David Cornsweet and James Gunn. And obviously, a lot of people trashed it. But Jerry, how do you feel about seeing the suit in its full form?
I think it looked bad because it wasn't on someone, and the trunks looked like long and baggy, and the belt loops don't fit the belt properly, and it makes the material look flimsy and like cheap plastic. It's not good, bro. And you know, I hate to say it because there's a very biased Snyder cult out there that's always like, oh, the suit looks terrible, the Snyder suit's better. And it's like, the suit's not bad. It's not a bad suit. And I do think it looks much better when he's wearing it, and in the movie, like in the trailer, it actually looked really good. And I do think the first couple shots we saw of it looked good. I don't hate the suit by any means, but I do think the trunks, at first I hate trunks. I hate underwear over pants. I think it looks corny. I think it's stupid. And I think the justification they have for the trunks further proves my point. Basically James Gunn said it was David Cornsweet's idea because David Cornsweet said Superman shouldn't be intimidating to children so they could embrace him. Oh, so you don't want to make him intimidating, so you make him look like a clown. Great idea. Like he still needs to look cool. He's Superman. And, I think I said something like that once and someone was like, oh, Superman doesn't need to look cool. No, he does. He does actually. And, the trunks, I think most trunks look bad. I do, but they don't normally ruin a suit for me as much as these ones do. These ones are like insult to injury bad. And if you look at that picture, I wish we had it up. But the belt loops and the long, it's funny. I saw some girl influencer, and she was pretty hot, and she was like, if I have a what's called a long ass, because someone commented like she's got a long ass, she was like, we're in trouble, ladies, because I think mine looks tight. She said something like that. And when I saw this picture, I thought of that comment because it just looks like long granny underwear on a Superman suit. It looks horrible. And then the belt loops don't properly fit the belt, and it looks like cheap, flimsy plastic. It's bad. And, this movie needs to crush it, okay? The DCU could be dead on arrival if this movie doesn't crush it. And, all these decisions, look how long that underwear is. Crazy, bro. It's so bad. It makes the pants look bad too. The way the underwear. Oh my God, it's horrible. It's so bad. And I know you agree with me because you're laughing.
Bro, it's just your reaction, bro. It's so funny.
Could you now agree with me that trunks are bad?
Ugh. Look, he's got a camel toe.
I love James Gunn. Okay, I do. I'm a big James Gunn fan. I'm not
oh my God, bro,
at all. But and I hope you guys could recognize this because this is what being unbiased looks like. I just told you I love James Gunn, but I'm still going to criticize something when it deserves to be criticized. It's important. It is important to be honest, and it's important to have your credibility and your integrity. And a lot of people in this space don't do that. They pick certain things and then they cape for it and play mental gymnastics for the rest of their lives. Very specifically, a guy that I beefed with on Threads over the summer. If you know, you know. I hate that phrase, but whatever.
Okay. as the costume connoisseur that I call myself, anyways, I want to break. And I forgot to break down on TikTok. What is wrong with me? I gotta do that after the show.
What'd you
Okay,
say about
I
TikTok?
said I forgot to break this down on TikTok. Totally forgot.
Oh,
I'm gonna do that after this. Okay, the costume connoisseur has arrived. Okay, now let's break this down, guys. First off, the logo's fire. We love the logo. Okay, that's the only great thing about this suit. I hate bagginess on my Superman. I don't get why Superman's costume looks baggy. And and look, the reality is that there's a lot of editing to make it look more blue. There's a lot of editing to make it fit a little bit more. I know that it's not going to look just like that in the actual movie, but this is just an echo of what you and I have said 1,000 times, that the rollout has been very unprofessional and there has been not a lot of attention to detail. You know, fans have been giving you hell for this stuff. You make the changes to make it work. The same way with, Sonic. When Sonic 1 first came out, they dropped a trailer where Sonic looked terrible. And they said, we're going to push this movie back and make it fit the fans and make it be the way that, they like it. And now we're on Sonic 3. And Sonic 3 did amazing in box office. And so that's just where, I think that, and I have watched a lot of James Gunn podcasts. So there's this podcast called Inside of You, Pauls. And it is, and the guy who has the podcast, he played Lex Luthor in Smallville, and he basically interviews a bunch of old school CW stars. He just did an interview with Grant Gustin like a week ago. Really great, interview. Hearing Grant's take on CW in the Flash. And the one thing that I've learned about James Gunn is that he has like a I don't pay attention to haters attitude when it comes to the things he makes. That can be your greatest gift and your greatest curse, because as much as people might give me and Jerry critiques, Jerry and I still read it and make sure that it's not true. because
yeah.
even when people hate on you, sometimes the takes are still valid. And I think that with the Superman suit, as much as the motivation is coming from a wrong place, some of the stuff is true. And that's just how I feel about this costume. Like, and I've defended the costume 1,000 times, but this shot is absolutely terrible. And I think the bottom of the trunks is more so the worst part, because the weight, and I've seen a lot of animated shows do the trunks differently, and you either have two options when it comes to trunks, right? It either looks like a skirt, because like it kind of looks like you put your shorts over your pants, because that's what a lot of dudes do in the animated shows, and that looks weird on a dude, right? And they've done that with a Superman before. Or you have to make the costume super slim tight, kind of like what we saw with Henry Cavill. That's the only way trunks work. And this
Henry
baggy,
Cavill didn't have trunks.
no, but I'm saying, like, if you do trunks on a character, it has to be really tight. Pause. Like the actual suit fitting on you for it
Right.
to even look right.
Well, it's also
But look at the stitching on the bottom. It just looks very unprofessional. Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead. And I don't want to hear the excuse of Martha Kent made it, because all the other times Martha Kent made a costume, it didn't look like this. Just saying.
Yeah, and that's why I can't stand people who cape. It's like, oh, if you're going to say, oh, well, Martha Kent made it, you're admitting it's bad, but you're coming up with an excuse. Like, bro, this is a movie, okay? It needs to look cool. And look how the pants look like skinny jeans, and then the top is baggy. And I don't mind the top being like not as fitted, and I don't think skinny jeans are necessarily a bad thing, and I think they can look cool if they have stacks. But these look like Hot Topic, like, goth skinny jeans. And
yeah.
it looked, yeah. And you could really see it around the knee, right above like the kneecap area. But, yeah, those trunks are bad. Haters, and they're actually critiquing something legitimately, even though you could tell that they hate you and they're biased. A lot of the times, those types of haters live to criticize you. So they're going to find things that you may not realize that you could actually learn from. That's why, in, professional environments, like those bosses or someone who's like a mentor to you, when they're really harsh, it's not always comfortable, but you can learn a lot from that. And that's a lot of the ways how you grow. That's why like a tough coach a lot of times is a really good thing. So
yeah, exactly. And in my opinion, like when you were in a place where like anyone can kill you for anything, you have to be careful with the way that you're branding things. And to me, it's like you're not helping yourself when you do this. Now, reality check here. Is this going to hurt people going to see the movie? No, it's not. Because in my opinion, that Superman trailer showed us that people are going to show up to see this movie. But public opinion also does matter, bro. And when you do stuff like this, it just doesn't help the narrative that you're trying to throw along. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even the body frame of the mannequin makes Superman look like he got a dad bod. You know what I mean? It just like, just look at the mannequin. He looks weird, bro. It's terrible. That's terrible, man. Oh my gosh, that's so bad. So yeah, man, and like, yeah, I'm not a fan, but as I said, I don't think it's gonna look this bad when he has it on with the camera edits. But that can't be the excuse of why, because when I look at Sam's costume for Brave New World, it's gas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I see Falcon's costume, it's fire. Sabra had that one breastplate, but it was fire. I don't care. That joint was hard. When it had the colors, I was fire. So like there's no excuse to give us this.
Yeah.
And if budget is a problem, then you need to find a way to make it look better. I just that's all I got to say.
Yeah, I don't think the budget was the issue. And there are ways to be edgy and do things fresh without it looking like this. And I really hope that we never see Trunks in the DCU again, because like they should learn from this. And it doesn't seem like they have. But maybe actually, a lot of the Snyder fans, specifically Aaron Fisher, who I find the most entertaining out of them. I actually like Aaron. But he's funny. Anyway, he goes by My Review, Aaron Fisher, if you want to check him out. I follow him. But he said that he thinks that they're embarrassed by the Trunks. He made the point that with the original poster that dropped a couple days before the trailer, the Superman the Superman title, text, and the blur that was like part of the art was super blurry over the Trunks. You really couldn't see the Trunks in that poster. Maybe he's got a point.
Yeah. And Corn Sweat, we love you, but that was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
and this comes from someone who was pro trunk when it's done right. But that was a terrible idea, bro. Should have kept it no trunks. Yeah.